When most people think of sharks, they picture danger. Rows of sharp teeth, dark fins cutting through the water, and maybe even scary movie scenes. But the truth is, sharks are not villains of the sea. They're not mindless predators, and they're not here to terrorize. Sharks are actually one of the most important creatures in the ocean. Without them, marine life would become unbalanced, unhealthy, and unstable. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how sharks help the ocean stay healthy, thriving, and full of life. Sharks are often called apex predators, which means they sit at the top of the food chain. That role may sound scary, but it's actually one of responsibility. Just like a shepherd guides a flock or a gardener tends a garden, sharks help maintain balance in the ocean. They don't just eat to survive, they shape the behavior of other animals, control populations, and prevent disease. Without sharks doing their job, everything underneath them in the food web would start to unravel. Their presence is a sign of a healthy ocean. One of the main ways sharks help the ocean is by keeping populations in check. Think of large groups of fish like sea cows, manatees, turtles, or rays. If those groups grow too large, they start overgrazing on seagrass beds or coral reefs. That affects smaller animals and damages habitats. Sharks naturally keep those populations from exploding. When prey animals sense sharks nearby, they change how and where they feed. This allows marine vegetation and coral to regenerate and stay healthy. Without sharks, overpopulation would lead to destruction. Another lesser-known role sharks play is that of ocean janitor. Many shark species feed on weak, dying, or diseased animals. Instead of hunting only the strong and healthy, sharks often go after the sick or injured. This keeps the gene pool strong, prevents the spread of disease, and ensures that only the healthiest animals reproduce. It's a natural way of purifying and strengthening the marine environment. In the same way that removing weeds helps a garden flourish, sharks remove what's harmful from the ecosystem. Sharks don't just impact populations, they impact behavior. In areas where sharks are common, prey animals like fish and turtles tend to move more carefully. They avoid certain areas and don't linger in one place too long. This kind of shark presence prevents overgrazing and protects fragile ecosystems like coral reefs and seagrass beds. In places where sharks have disappeared, researchers have seen major changes in fish behavior. Some species overstay in feeding grounds, damaging them beyond repair. Sharks guide and balance life, even without direct interaction. Coral reefs are some of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth, and sharks play an essential role in keeping them vibrant. Without sharks, mid-level predators like groupers and snappers can become too abundant. These fish eat smaller fish and invertebrates that clean algae from coral. If those smaller cleaners disappear, algae can quickly overrun and choke coral reefs. Sharks, by keeping the mid-level fish population balanced, indirectly protect the coral. It's an intricate system that functions best when sharks are present. Sharks are a key part of the marine food web, and every level of the ocean depends on this web staying stable. Removing sharks from an ecosystem can cause what's called a trophic cascade, where changes at the top of the food chain ripple all the way down to the smallest creatures. For example, in areas where shark populations dropped, stingrays increased and overfed on shellfish like scallops. This devastated both wild populations and commercial fisheries. The presence of sharks helps keep this delicate balance from tipping too far in one direction. Healthy oceans usually mean healthy shark populations. In fact, marine scientists often use shark numbers to measure the well-being of an entire marine ecosystem. If there are plenty of sharks, it usually means there's also plenty of food, good water quality, and healthy habitats. But when shark numbers decline, it's often a warning sign that the system is out of balance. In this way, sharks are like guardians of the ocean. They don't just live in it, they help sustain it. Despite their importance, many shark species are in danger. Overfishing, habitat loss, pollution, and the shark fin trade have all contributed to a massive decline in global shark populations. Some estimates say that up to 100 million sharks are killed each year, many just for their fins. This kind of loss doesn't just affect sharks, it affects the entire ocean. When sharks disappear, the systems they help maintain start to fall apart. Protecting them means protecting countless other marine creatures too. Pop culture has done a great job of making sharks scary, but the truth is, they're not out to get us. The odds of being attacked by a shark are incredibly low, far lower than being hit by lightning or stung by a bee. Most sharks don't care about humans. They're far more interested in fish, squid, and other sea creatures. In fact, sharks are often shy and avoid human activity altogether. By better understanding them, we can move past fear and appreciate the important role they play. Sharks come in over 500 species, each with its own size, shape, and function. Some are giant like the whale shark, which eats only plankton. Others are small like the dwarf lantern shark, just a few inches long. From reef sharks that patrol shallow waters to deep sea sharks that live in near total darkness, every type plays a role. Their fins, teeth, senses, and even skin have specific features that make them suited for their task. These creatures are not random. They're full of intricate design, suited for balance and order. If we want the ocean to stay healthy, we must protect its guardians. That means supporting conservation efforts, opposing harmful practices like finning, and respecting the habitats sharks need to survive. Many marine protected areas now focus on preserving sharks, and coastal communities are starting to realize that a live shark is more valuable than a dead one, especially for ecotourism and sustainable fishing. Education is key. When people learn the truth about sharks, fear turns into respect. There's something deeply moving about watching the ocean work the way it's supposed to. Every creature has its part to play, and when those parts function together, the result is breathtaking. Sharks may be fierce, but they are part of the ocean's harmony. They don't destroy, they preserve. Their role is not chaos, but control. In a world filled with noise and fear, sharks remind us that strength can also mean stability, and even the most feared creatures can be instruments of peace in nature. The next time you hear the word shark, think beyond teeth and terror. Think of coral reefs bursting with color, fish swimming freely, and ecosystems humming with life. Sharks help make that possible. They aren't just part of the ocean, they help hold it together. They serve a purpose, carry out a role, and reflect the balance that holds nature in place. By learning more about them and helping others do the same, we can protect not just a species, but the life and order of the sea itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look at the hidden value of sharks, be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our other videos about ocean life. And let us know in the comments, what surprised you most about sharks?